Why do you think you're better prepared to create a more positive impact now?
I think really this on-the-ground experience is something that not everybody necessarily has who works in the whole like investment management space for social impact. So I really feel privileged that I had that opportunity, to go out to an area in the south of the Philippines, kind of ride a mountain bike, on hilly roads, and maybe next time I even get to ride a water buffalo just to reach the really far-flung communities. This is something that you cannot, put into comparison to just a desk-based kind of research or due diligence job. So I think that has really given me a head start, and also actually kind of a motivation to really continue along this path. Because once you've spoken with the people who are actually running these organizations and you've seen the impact they have on their beneficiaries, it's just something so fulfilling and really very satisfying. So I think that's something that nobody can take away from me. And even if in the future I'm more, on the desk-based side of things, then I think I can always kind of travel back in time and kind of, remind myself of what it looked like out there and what it felt to keep me going.
What has been your biggest challenge in Manila?
I think my biggest challenge here in Manila has really been just to, get accustomed with the whole situation of pollution and traffic. I mean, that's just in terms of everyday personal life. That's something that I knew would expect me, but if you experience it day in and day out, you still feel it has an impact on your health. And then you're also thinking, what do these people do that live here for years, that they've born here, and they might not have the opportunity like I have to leave at some point and go somewhere else. And I think on a professional level, the biggest challenge has been for me to really work more kind of on my own and learn more on my own, and acquire new skill set without always having the team environment, because a lot of impact investment managers, they really need to rely on the people on the ground to work closely with the organizations. They don't have this massive headcount available that traditional corporates have. So I think that has really been a challenge to just embrace that and run with it and make the most out of it in terms of getting as many new skill sets, learning as much as possible. And I think one of the greatest things that I've taken away is just the fascination of really going back to more like a business management and business model kind of view, and learn so many different aspects of like management styles, revenue streams, strategic decisions, etc. I think that's a whole kind of new world that I've now been thrown into, which is something that I didn't have in my previous role in the HSBC head office. So that's something that I'm very grateful for, and I want to continue to learn more and more.
Can you talk a little bit about what you were doing before joining as an ICATS fellow?
Before, I actually did commence my career with a graduate program for HSBC Private Bank. So I had different placements in Miami, London and Sydney, working in the relationship kind of client-facing role, in a more like corporate strategy support to the CFO secondment, and then also doing some research for hedge funds in the Asian space. So that was something that gave me a good foundation to then move on to a head office role where I directly supported the chief investment officer of the private bank. So it was very project driven, but very kind of bird's view, and engaging with different professional investment teams across the world. So it wasn't necessarily the whole you've got no resources, no infrastructure on the ground, you can't Skype with somebody, or you have to do text messaging for due diligence. So just the whole level of engagement and professionalism was slightly different. But I find just this whole experience of social entrepreneurship so much more fulfilling. So I really feel that I've kind of followed my heart and took that step to pursue a dream of trying this out. And so far I have to say I'm very happy that I did dare to take the jump, basically.